Good morning and welcome to speak with one of my new friends that I made last year on Radio Row. I went to her team and I said, "Where's Rose? We need to have her over at our table to do an interview and catch up." Rose, you were with us last year. We talked about the work you're doing with Cafe Momentum as an ambassador. And I wanted to catch up with you 1 year later to hear how things have changed. What's the update? What was the problem? What's the solution?
Wow. Okay. So last year's Super Bowl experience was crazy amazing. We got to do a food truck and serve our honey biscuits and gravy to, media staff and football players, people here at Radio Row to bring awareness to juvenile justice and also bring awareness to the program that I went through, which is a nonprofit restaurant in Dallas that employs post release juvenile offenders. So that was a crazy experience. I got to meet Kayla and got to do some interviews, share my story, share my growth, where I came. And this past year has been incredible. For me, 2023 was all about really focusing in on myself and really investing into dreams that I want to do entrepreneurship wise. And I one of the big things I did was I became a dental assistant. So I've been doing that for the past year. And being a dental assistant has a lot to do with me being a mini dentist because I have to assist them with everything. So I know how to make crowns, I know how to stain and glaze, take x-rays, all of that. So that has been incredible. I'm looking into doing teeth whitening and tooth gems, that kind of thing with that. And I also took a lash class so I can start doing lashes. And I already do makeup for people, which is awesome because I want women to feel beautiful about themselves and whatnot. So yeah, it's been an incredible year for sure.
Rose, you inspire me. I'm very open about this. You know this. A lot of people don't know. I really never turned a victim until the day I turned 18.
Hmm.
And I grew up in poverty. I grew up in a single parent household. I grew up without a dad, and I grew up severely physically, sexually, and emotionally abused. And I always thought, like, if I could get to this point, maybe I could inspire other people not to be victims too.
Yes.
And you and I have a lot in common. We talked about our stories. What you're doing, Rose, is you're teaching other women, other girls, other men and boys, frankly, how not to be a victim, how to pick yourself up out of your bootstraps, to just really go tackle life. And we'll use that NFL tackle life, tackle hunger, tackle all of it, tackle
Yeah.
mental health, tackle the struggle to become victorious. Wow, what was that pivotal moment for you this year where you realized you were on the other side, that you really were no longer a victim of the social justice system that is somewhat corrupt? Let's be honest, right? You're no longer a victim of the chances, really, like statistically, recidivism, all the things that we talk about. What was the moment, the epiphany for you that you were on the other side? This year's butterflies.
Man, well, I won't even just say that it was just last year that it was the pivotal moment. Honestly, for me, ever since I became an ambassador and got the opportunity to travel the country and get to speak to youth in facilities and share my own personal story, them share their stories with me, it's just I always felt like I was just talking to a younger version of myself and just wanting to speak life into them and just know that I've only been out of the system a couple years and I've already done so much for myself and I've already been successful in so many ways, having the honor of getting to come to the Super Bowl and getting to represent youth across the country and represent, women who are survivors of abuse and stuff like that. And just that's the platform that I know I was destined to have. And I take it's a very big honor to me, and I take it as a very big responsibility. Um, I think one of the biggest things last year that stood out to me is I had the opportunity to go to the Pennsylvania. They have a national juvenile justice conference every year, and all of the judges and probation officers across the country come to this conference. And they had a panelist board, and they had a girl who was formerly, well, actually she was still incarcerated in like a residential program, and she was on this panelist board with these, other people who work in the juvenile department, people who do nonprofit work, stuff like that, and just was sharing her feedback about advocating for the Pennsylvania justice system. And so afterwards, the judges and stuff for the state board wanted me to go and mentor her and share what I do. And when I was talking to her, it just felt like I was looking in the mirror, because a lot of the trauma that I experienced when I was in the streets and in the juvenile system is exactly what she's going through in that moment and trying to get out of, and trying to figure out, what I need to do for myself, and how I need to get away from this and just do better, because she was turning 18 in like 3 months. And so I just, man, I was just speaking life to her and just letting her know, like, this is the first opportunity for you to speak at a national conference, and I understand you're still in the system, but this is just the beginning for you. There is more to come. Like, your story needs to be heard, and this is not the end for you, basically. And so going into this year as a 2024 senior ambassador, we made why statements. And so my why statement is, I want youth to know that they are worthy of being protected and loved. And that is my why statement. And I'm going to stand behind that, because I believe that every youth deserves that.
So, Rose, I know that you're getting ready to serve lunch. I don't want to keep you, but I do want to ask you to share a message of hope for other women and girls, and really probably everybody who's struggling. I've never met somebody who hasn't dealt with their own trauma. What is your message for people who are struggling right now?
Man, my message my message is, there's a lot I could say. I'd probably say the biggest thing is this too shall pass. And something hardest working angels. And I know for me that anybody that's struggling, women, youth, whoever it is, there's resiliency in you that is keeping you going, no matter the trauma, no matter the hardships you're experiencing being in the system and that kind of stuff. And just knowing that there is another side. And as long as you find goals and find dreams and believe that you're able to do that and manifest it for yourself, you're going to accomplish it. You know what I'm saying? I never thought that I was going to make it to 18 years old. So just knowing that I'm 23 now, and I'm getting to create change using my voice, it just says a lot. And so just know that I know what you're going through. I know how it feels. And just knowing that no matter those situations, um, you're strong no matter what, even when you don't feel like it. And that's the power in that, is that you'll always have that resiliency in you to keep going and get through it.
Rose, I love it. I want to turn it over to Roy to close us out, but I want to
Okay.
say thank you. When I met you, I made a new friend. You're a friend that I want to keep in my back pocket for the rest.
Yes, ma'am.
Rose, thank you so much for joining us today. We know you got an exciting day ahead today and
Yeah.
tomorrow with Cafe Momentum here live at Radio Row at Super Bowl 58. So thank you for taking a few minutes to share your story with us. It's so impactful. And I think it's so important for people to see that hope and that possibility as they are going through very difficult times in life, and understanding
Yes.
that there's people that have been down that road and have come out on top.
On
So
top. Exactly.
congratulations on everything that you've accomplished, and thank you
Thank
for for being here with us today. On behalf of Kayla Bradham, I'm Roy Kessel with Sports Philanthropy Network. For all our viewers and listeners, thank you for sharing your time with us and with Rose
Yes.
today. Please remember to live generously.
Thanks,
Yes.
Rose.
You're welcome.